Hello everyone. All right, so welcome back. This is dosage calculation series. I've done the first part. This is the second part, and I really hope that this simple way of solving this math medication calculation will help you. If you still have any doubts or any you are not clear enough, just leave a comment, and if it's clear enough, share it with other nursing students so it will help them overcome their fear of dosage calculation. So here we're going to see more complicated ones that might be a little bit tricky, but I'll try my best to make it more simplified as much as I can, because I always want the easy way out for math, and I believe this will help you. All right, so like I said, I do not have the software to do it digitally. So I go from my computer screen and I come to my table and I solve it with my pen. So forgive me for that, and I hope in the near future I'll be able to I'm still searching how I can find those digital tablets, pencil, pen that is able to write on the screen and do math, because I really love to teach, and I know that God will make the way for me to know where to get all those equipments and be able to help future nursing students. All right, so let's take this first question here. The client is receiving an IV infusion of labetalol at 50 ml per hour. The medication available is 500 milligram of labetalol in 500 ml normal saline. How many milligram is the client receiving per minute? So milligram per minute is what this question is demanding or asking. If needed, round to the nearest tenth. Okay, so remember that the final unit we are looking for is milligram per minute. What has been given us? Milligram per hour. Okay, and what else do we have? We have milliliters per hour, and we have milligram. Okay, so the milligram is here, but the minutes is not here. Hour is here. So we are going to be converting the time. Remember that we are going to be converting the time, because there's an hour here, but our final answer should be minute. Okay, our final answer should be minute. And we have also milligram, but we have these mLs here, so they are going to cross out. Now, so let's come to the table and let's solve this problem together. Okay, so this is my table. All right, so what do we have? I'm going to put the medication that is available first. Okay, you can solve it however way you deem fit, but I always try to find the easier way to do it. Okay, so I'm going to write 500 milligram. What are we looking for? We are looking for 500 milligram, and it is in what? It is in ml. 500 ml. All right, times we have 50 ml in 1 hour. Okay, we have 50 ml in 1 hour. However, we want minute, so the conversion comes in 1 hour has 60 minutes in it. Okay, I put 500 milligram up here because your final results is supposed to be in milligram per minute. Okay, so always look at the unit that is needed at the end. Always put that one up. The first unit that is needed at the end, it's always supposed to come up. When it come up, your mathematics, your setup will be correct if you do it that way. So 1 hour will cancel hour. The milliliter will cancel the milliliter here. Okay, so we are left with the unit that we are seeking, we are looking for, which is the milligram. And the bottom is the minute that we need. Okay, so let's do the math together. So I take my calculator here. And so I'm going to do 500 milligram. 500 milligram. And then what am I multiplying by 50? That should give me 25,000. Okay, so I'll write that here, 25,000 milligram. All right, and then we have 500 times 60 minutes. 500 times 60 minutes gives me 30,000. 30,000 minutes. See, we have both units here. Okay, these zeros can cancel this zero, so it's left with 20 divided by 30. So let's divide them and see what we come up with. Divided by 3. That will give us 0.8333. So the answer is 0.8333. Plenty threes. So, but he's saying that we should run it to the nearest tenth. The nearest tenth is 8. So the answer is going to be 0.8 milligram per minute. Okay, that should be our answer. That's the nearest tenth if you round it up. All right. Let's come to our next question here on the screen. It says the client is receiving an IV infusion of magnesium sulfate at 7 ml per hour. The medication available is 10,000 milligram of magnesium sulfate in 500 ml normal saline. How many milligram is the client receiving per minute? And we need our answer in milligram per minute. If needed, run it to the nearest tenth. Okay, run it to the nearest tenth. All right, so you can always pause the video and try to solve it yourself and see if you come up with the same answer like mine. Okay, always pause it, try it, and then continue to see if it's the same as what I have. Okay, all right, so we need our answer in milligram per minute. Okay, so if there's any milligram if there's any milligram in our question, it's supposed to come up. Okay, so what do we have? Let's try to put it together. We have 10,000 milligram, which is in 500 ml, okay, of normal saline. 500 ml of normal saline, okay? And then it's supposed to go at 7 ml over what? 1 hour. But we need it in minutes. So the conversion comes in 1 hour is 60 minutes. Hour will cancel hour. Milliliters will cancel milliliters. Now it's left with solving, calculating. So we have 10,000 times 7. And that will give us what? 70,000. 70,000. 70,000. 70,000 And let's do 500 times 60. And that will give us 30,000. This is milligram and this is what? Minute. Okay. All right. So 70,000 divided by 30,000 will give us what? 2.3333. 2.3333. Plenty threes. It says, what did it say? Run to the nearest tenth. So it's going to be 2.3 milligram per minute. Okay, this is our final answer. All right. If you are liking it so far, give it a thumbs up. Comment if you got the same answer like mine, so we know that you are making progress in it. Let's come to the next question. The client has an order for IV heparin drip to infuse at 1,200 units per hour. The medication available is heparin 25,000 units in 250 ml. At what rate will the nurse set the infusion? So we need our final answer in what? ml per hour. Okay, so this is easy. This is easy peasy. So we have hour and then hour. We have unit to units. And then we have what? ml. So this should be easy for us to put together. Okay, this should be easy for us. All right. So remember, we are looking for what? ml. We are looking for what? ml. Right? So the one that we are looking for should come on top. The ml should be on top because that is the what? Unit that we are looking to have, if it makes sense. The ml should come on top because that is the one we are looking for. Okay? All right, so let's go and set it up. All right. I'll bring us to the table. What do we have? So the one that the doctor ordered says what? 1,200 units over 1 hour. Okay, I put that one first. All right, what is the next one? We have 250 ml and there's 25,000 units. Okay, this is how the setup is going to look like. Why? Because the ml per hour is what we are looking for. So always look at the end unit. The end unit should come up. Remember that. It can be very tricky. Okay, the end unit. So ml is top here because that's what we are looking for. Unit is at the bottom here because it's going to cross out. We don't need the units anymore. All right. Our hour, this hour is already here, so there's no changes to it. Unit will cancel unit. Okay, let's cancel that out. Okay, now it's left for us to do what? Calculate. So we have 1,200 times what? 250. 1,200 times 250 gives us 300,000. 300,000 ml over 25,000. Then we add the hour. Okay, these three can take care of these zeros here. Okay, and then it'd be 300 divided by 25. All right, so 300,000 divided by 25 1000 should give us 12. So we have 12 mLs per hour as our final answer. Did you get the same thing? I hope you did. I really hope you did. Pause it and try to do it, okay? It came up to 12 ml per hour. All right. Let's go for another question here. All right. The client has an order for regular insulin drip at 5 units per hour. The medication available is 250 units in 250 ml. At what rate will the nurse set the infusion? And this is what ml per hour we are looking for. It says run it to the nearest whole number. Okay, so we already have an hour here. We have ml. We have unit to unit. This is also very simple. So let's do this. Pause it and you tackle it by yourself and see how it goes. Okay, so let me set 250 ml on top because that's what we are looking for. The ml is what we are looking for. And then there's a 250 units at the bottom. And then we multiply it by 5 units over 1 hour. Okay, the units will cancel the units, so we are left with this value that we need, ml, and this one. So let's do our calculation. 250 times 5. 250 times 5 gives us what? 1250 here. This is ml and this is 250 hour. All right, so you divide that one by 250 and it's going to give us 5 mLs per hour, and that's our final answer. Did you get 5 mLs? I hope you did. I really hope you did. All right. Now, we are coming to the very rough ones. Yes. We are coming to the very rough ones. All right. I like to keep my videos short and sweet. So after this one, I will end it. So I'll make the next one that will have more of the very rough and tough ones. All right, so let's whet our appetite with this first one here. The client is receiving an IV infusion of dopamine at 0.2 microgram per kilogram per minute. The client weighs 190 pounds. How many microgram is the client receiving per minute? So your final answer has to be in microgram per minute. If needed, round to the nearest whole number. All right, so we have microgram to microgram, minute to minute. Now, let's go solve it. But there's a kilogram here and there's a pound, right? So that's where our conversion is going to come from. You need to know your unit conversions. Okay, so let's bring it to our table. Now, the first thing I want to establish is that 1 pound is equivalent to 2.2. Hold on. 1 kilogram, is equivalent to 2.2 pounds. Okay, 1 kilogram is equivalent to 2.2 pounds. Yes. So with this understanding of this unit conversion, let's go and solve our problem given us, okay? So there's a dopamine. The order says that dopamine is what? 0.2 microgram, okay? So every 0.2 is of 1 kilogram. All right, you multiply that by the weight of the client is 190 pounds. So under this pound, you are going to put the 1 minute. So the order said 0.2 microgram per kilogram per 1 minute per minute. This is what it said. This is the order. So if you are putting it in calculation form, okay, to be able to solve it, this is how you put it. 0.2 microgram over 1 kilogram times the weight of the client over 1 minute. That minute, that is part of the order that was given, the 1 minute here. Okay, now it says that how many microgram. So what we have to do is that our final unit has to be in what? Microgram per minute. Okay, we have the minute here, but there are some different units inside of it. So we need to go and equalize it by conversion. So I'll add multiplication, and I'll put 1 kilogram is to 2.2 pounds. 1 kilogram is to 2.2 pounds. Okay, so kilogram will cancel kilogram, and this pound here will cancel this pound here, and we are left with the unit that we need, the microgram and the minute. Okay, all right, so let's do our multiplication. So it's going to be 0.2 times 190, and that should give us 0.2 times 190 pound. 190 is equal to 38, and this is divided by the 2.2. Okay, so let's divide it and see. So 38 microgram, and then this is 2.2. We will add a minute here, so it will make more sense. So this divided by 2.2 will give us 17.272727. So 17.272727, a lot of it. But what did he say? He said we should round it up to the nearest whole number. Now, because the digits at the 10th place is lesser than 5, we will let these numbers go, and we will just put 17 microgram per minute. If it was 5, then we will add 1 to this and make it 18. But because it's less than 5, we will let it go, all the rest go, and then we will maintain just the 17. Okay, I hope that makes sense. If you need to, repeat this part, repeat it and watch it again till it makes sense. I'm going to do more of it in the next video. Thanks for watching, subscribing, and sharing.